Welcome to Diggnation.
Also potentially hazardous to your health. That's a pala for.
Why do you have flies in your freaking house? I noticed this earlier.
It's Southern California and I have fruit.
This is my favorite story of all time. Alright, moving on. You put zombie and you put theory in the title, and I don't want to do it.
Theory zombie Kevin.
Diggnation.com.
Hello and welcome to Diggnation, episode number 12. I'm Alex Albrecht.
And I'm Kevin Rose. Diggnation, of course, covers all the weekly top stories on Digg.com. Everything that we read, every story, all the digs that we talk about, they're all done by you guys out there, and we just pick the top ones and read them off.
That's our entire job description. Read off the top stories.
A great job.
It is a great job. God bless America. So
We're in LA.
We're in LA.
Yes.
Coming to you from my hometown, which is not my hometown. I don't know why hometown came out, but where I live.
I didn't drink on the plane this time.
Did you drink on the plane?
I normally drink. I hate flying, so I normally drink on plane.
Oh, is that why you got off the plane? You were like, we almost died twice in this plane, which I'm sure was really
We did,
true.
dude. All right, beers. We have good beers this week.
Yes.
I'm no longer drinking. What was I drinking last week? O'Doul's.
O'Doul's.
Yeah, I came down with a little flu action last week, and so I had to switch. Dude, they say the alcohol is an immune
No, I just thought of something and I
suppressor.
shouldn't say it, so
Okay.
I'm not going to.
So anyway, we got real beer this week. I have St. Peter's Golden Ale
Which we
from
saw,
the UK.
we saw that last time we were going to pick up beers, and we were like, "Oh, we should try this. We should try this next week."
Yeah, it's actually quite good. Like the selected English hops create a distinctive golden.
You just read it.
I'm reading it. It is good though. It's a little tart, a little hoppy.
Ooh,
but not bad.
hoppy killer. I went with a Spaten, which is actually the Optimator by Spaten, which is a Munchen beer.
Can I try a little sip?
Yeah, sure. Spotting that up.
The Optimator. Is it dark?
It's the
It's kind
Optimator.
of a brownish ale, right?
They have the Optimator and then they have the Rotomator.
That's
Get it, Optimus, Rotomus?
that's pretty good.
That's good. Good times. Good times. So that's been around since 1397. So aged well. This beer aged well over the many
Excellent.
centuries.
It's good stuff.
The beer. Should we start? Touche. All right. So the first story we're gonna come at you with. I don't know where this is going. Power supply calculator. 1,066 people dug the story, submitted by all one word. Thinking of an upgrade? Not sure if your current power supply is enough for your new rig? This handy power supply calculator can tell you the amount of power a system needs. Just select AMD, Intel, or server and start adding your hardware. I could have used this. I just upgraded my PC from, I had an AMD Athlon XP 3000 Plus with a gig of RAM.
Dude, that's a fine PC. Why'd you have to upgrade?
Dude, I upgraded it to an Athlon FX 53 with 2 gigs of RAM. So it's a slight step up, as it were. But I honestly think I'm having a little problem with my power supply. It's just a 350 watt in there. But I went through the calculator and I'm using I think 345.
Yeah.
So if I plug in that little like glowing or the like dancing Santa USB thing that I have, the whole computer was.
Well, you said you're having problems with it. You couldn't even get it to boot right?
No, it's doing this weird thing where if I turn it off, I have to turn off the power supply and wait until it like powers down. Otherwise, it won't turn back on.
That sucks. And they had to turn the power supply back on and then turn it on. Yeah, that's no good.
No good.
But most people don't know that there's if you get a new machine and you stick with some of the older components as far as like power supply and case and stuff like that are concerned, you'll get really random weird things happening.
Oh, dude.
Like reboots and just like random
and like
strange
reboots after
things.
it's been on for a while, like things that you don't think have anything to do with your power supply.
But this is a good calculator. Run through it, and it actually lets you choose all the components, like component by component, right? Is that how it has you? Like,
you drop it down. You say, because you start with like AMD, drop down and put the FX processor, which takes X number of watts or whatever. Then you drop down how many sticks of RAM you have, what type of RAM. Then you drop down video card. It has all the graphics cards, current graphics cards, and then it does like USB stuff. Like I know my. I have that Cytec keyboard with that LED, the backlight on it, which is it's freaking nice. It's like it's supposedly this like gamer's keyboard, and the keyboard itself is just like a normal keyboard, but it's really cool to have it light blue. Every time people sit down on my computer, they're like, ooh.
I don't like that crap.
Keyboard. Dude,
It's lame. It's like neon in your car. It's like, who does that anymore?
Dude,
Do people still put neon in their
No,
computers?
I totally threw neon into my TSX.
Did you really?
No, come on. What are you
I was
talking
gonna
about?
say. I think that-
Rolling around a 4-door sedan with freaking neon glowing in the background.
I had another question about that story, but I can't remember what it was.
About the story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep moving on.
Yeah.
All right, next story. Sun Microsystems 100% more bitchin' than Dell. 1,762 people dug the story submitted by Find. Sun's controversial anti-Dell x64 server ads. Pretty extreme marketing for a company that I've always considered, I've always thought to be pretty traditional and conservative. I love it. And I agree with them 100%. These are some of the
I hadn't even
funniest
looked at
ads.
these until you showed me.
The funniest ads you've ever seen. Like he's saying, when you think of Sun, you're thinking, okay, you're thinking Fortune 500 server company,
right.
like very like,
PDF brochures,
yes,
that look stupid and
white
yes,
papers, like things like that. But
Computer is technically more superior, but you're not going to want to buy it because it's in a gray case.
and well, here's the deal: is they came out with these ads. They didn't actually print these things out or put them in magazines or anything, but they're saying, they were so proud of this new server line that they just launched, this Optron server line, that they convinced their PR firm to create these really fun ads that they call them like the censored ads, just for the web only.
Yeah.
And they're really quite cool. They have like
Some of them are like, there's lots of 100% more bitchin' than Dell. That's awesome.
I know. This is what it says. It says, this is one of the ads. It says, independent lab tests versus Dell. Engineers concluded saves 56% in energy costs. And they said, they also concluded, now that's what we call an ass whooping. This is like on a Sun's Microsystems ad. And then get this one. I love this one. I love this one. So a picture of a server, Sun logo in the corner, all the little stats and stuff. And it says, benchmark studies prove that Dell sucks. Can you believe that? That's coming from like Sun.
Well, you got to tell, but the best one is the Playboy Centerfold one.
Okay, so what they did is they turned their hold on. I'll tell you what he's laughing about in a second. But basically, they took this server, and it is like, I'll have to say, it reminds me of like a G5, does it not? Like, look at the beautiful aluminum
it's got
case.
Aluminum hole.
It is really a beautiful server. And they took it and they put it on like a bearskin rug in front of a fireplace with candles. And it looks like a porn ad,
it
like
looks like a Playboy
centerfold. Yeah, and it actually has a little signature. They like sign it like the server signed it. And then they have the stats. So like the server data sheet is kind of like when you're looking through like Playboy or whatever, and they have like the stats like name, born, hometown.
Yeah.
They have all that stuff there, like the measurements. I'm petite and powerful with plenty of room for cables. That's what it says about measurements.
I love the ruins the mood. No, not ruins the mood. I love naughty ROI talk, multiple platforms, dimly lit data centers.
I know.
This is awesome.
It is awesome. And then the funniest
best
part
is
you gotta go to Dig, download this PDF, because the best part is at the very bottom. It shows a picture of the server riding a horse bareback. It is awesome.
It literally has the server sitting on the back of a bareback horse, and it says,
Like the horse is just sitting there chilling.
and it says, my active lifestyle helps me really appreciate nature. That's why I'm so into conserving energy. It's like all handwritten font.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's like the server wrote it.
This is so smart. Like, why more? Because like,
well,
it's just smart.
Well, the thing is that for the
People
longest
do
time, and Sun has always had this reputation of being like this stuffy, like
almost like IBM, like the IBM server line.
Like very much like IBM. You're absolutely right, and that's good, and it lends itself to like very stuffy enterprises. But when you're talking about like new companies that are like getting off the ground, like I have Sun servers, but would I go out and buy them? Not necessarily. Most people are like, oh, I'll just go to Dell, get some quick cheap servers.
Right.
But this is kind of a fun way to reintroduce their company, kind of give them a little refresh and say, hey, we're cool too.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're all actually they're 64-bit Optron chips in these Sun boxes. They used to be like all UltraSpark stuff that can only run Solaris, but now they can run Windows server, they can run Linux, they can run pretty much anything. So cool, it's very cool. I want that poster
so smart.
though.
Dude, that's the thing. They'll just start sending posters and stuff.
If anybody from Sun is listening, like seriously, if you make a poster of this, I would definitely hang this like over my over my bed, but in my room. That'd be a little strange. But
yeah, you're like, hey, baby, you're making out with it.
It's cool.
That's
though.
horrible.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's move on from that. Okay, next story. Patent on NES runs out. Now other companies can sell the NES. This is pretty cool. 2,293 people dug the story submitted by Jedi 55555555555.
That is his name.
Now that the patent has run out on the Famicom NES, Other companies can now produce the console. Here's a link to one such company. And it puts this link to a company called, I think it's Messiah Entertainment, all right, whatever. And they're doing this Generation Nex, N-E-X. For $60, you basically get a totally redesigned. It's got like 2.4 gigahertz wireless support.
Yeah.
Dual cartridges.
And it looks just like the old school NES, but it's super thin.
Super thin, and you probably don't have to blow on the back of the frickin' or into the
You probably
cartridges.
still have to
and
blow on the
shit.
cartridge. Well, I don't know. Was it the cartridge? No, it was the It was the cartridge that was having the problem.
Was it the cartridge?
Because you wouldn't have to blow in the cartridge, but sometimes you did have to open up the slot and blow in the slot too, right?
You would have to blow in the slot
Yeah.
sometimes.
But this is cool because
Sometimes that's the only way to get it to work.
you can pick up cheap cartridges off of eBay.
Going on.
$5.
Some of them are cheap. Did you see that other one?
Oh yeah, I did see the other one. But that was a special limited edition
the freaking
cartridge.
cartridge was on eBay. It was
We're off
the
topic, people are
National
drinking.
World Championship 1990, and it was I think it was up to $6,400 for one NES cartridge. Sure, it was a limited edition that was only made and never.
This
sold,
is on eBay.
Supposed to be sold, yeah, right.
On eBay, yeah.
But mother bitches, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
But this is really cool, and then you can get like the metal case that looks like an old lunchbox and like all these different things and. AV
This is really cool.
cables.
One of the reasons I really like this is because I'd love to go buy one of these.
Oh,
'Cause I
really?
have a lot of cartridges, and I'd love to go pick up like Tecmo Bowl, like a lot of my favorites. Although you can just download the ROMs though, and you can play them on an emulator.
Yeah,
Ooh,
but there's something about having a Nintendo controller in your hand.
Yeah,
You know what I
you're
mean?
right.
Rather than playing it with your Xbox controller that's like this big or gigantic, it's like holding a freaking plate. Although I still have some of the old Xbox controllers. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right,
So
next
that's
one.
cool. So do that because it's cool.
Very cool. Photoshop, how to make people look pretty. 1,510 people dug the story, submitted by Online Studio. A great tutorial from lunacore.com on beautify a face. Very detailed with downloadable images that you can follow along. Lots of nice tuts over at lunacore.com.
I'm sorry, toots?
Tuts, like tutorials.
Oh, tuts.
He was abbreviation. Was that his
When you talk about beautiful women and making them more beautiful, you're lots of beautiful tuts over there. Let me come. And I was like, whoa, that's interesting.
My bad.
I missed that part of the taking off the shirt of the girl.
Yes, there's no nudity here, but this is actually a really good tutorial.
It is.
I clicked through and I don't know if I dug it or not, but basically they start off with this chick, probably about 23 years old, right? And
Maybe
a little older, maybe 26, 7-ish.
How are you gonna?
I don't know. I don't know how to gauge.
How are you gonna be kindly?
I'm
talk
trying to be
about
nice.
her
Well, what I'm saying
appearance?
is, what they've done here. Hold on, I'm gonna think of the PC way to do this. Okay, so what?
She's not.
She's not
attractive.
No. It wasn't a Family Guy episode. My son would like to plow you. Do you remember that? That was a great episode. Sorry. Okay, so there's. It was funny, dude.
Better start drinking now.
That was a funny
gosh.
episode. Okay, so
Someone would like to plow you.
these last couple of weeks were just so much better when I wasn't drinking. Well, they weren't better, but they were just. I stayed more on point. Now, so 10 steps. What we have here is they go through each of the different features of her. They draw lines and arrows to like under her eyes
And
say
she's cute. It's just a
she's
bad
cute.
picture.
She's cute.
I mean,
It's probably a case of beer, but
oh,
no, I'm kidding.
that's awesome.
You're thinking the same thing.
I did not say anything.
Are you? Yeah, exactly.
Let's move on.
Exactly. Okay, so increasing. Okay, hold on. Removing wrinkles is one of the steps. Step 4, removing some of the blemishes. Step 5, whitening the teeth. And it's one picture, a bunch of arrows, and they're showing you all the steps that they're going to take you through in order to create this ultimate ultimate girlfriend or whatever. So then you go through.
And then it's just to fade into the picture of Angelina Jolie.
No. So you go through the different steps, and they have like the levels of adjustment, fixing the eyebrows, how to make them less bushy. Dude, she does need a little bit of a pluck job.
Obviously they wanted to. They didn't. Yes. Oh dear.
Yeah, so you
The
can
close up.
I know. They get really in close there. So go
Flash forward.
Flash forward to page number 7, and they have a really cool image now. And here's the before image, and then when you mouse over, it's a little JavaScript. I can't even speak. JavaScript swap, and it swaps with the new updated image and shows you the after picture. So look at here's before.
Yep.
Case of beer. After.
That's a good beer.
Isn't that good? It's pretty cool.
Dude, she's a wait.
She-
Which is that? Oh, raw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like
She seems very nice.
she does seem very nice. And they changed her scarf color, which was nice. I didn't really like the first one.
Yeah. Purple. Come on, lady. What are you doing? What's wrong with
It's
you?
good though. It's a great tutorial.
Yeah, it's a good tut.
Good tut.
That's a good tut.
Check it out and let us know what you think.
And yes, get back to us on that. Let's move on. Teen who hacked Paris Hilton's cell phone, speaking of tut, gets 11 months in jail. 1414 people dug this story, submitted by Darkness, but using leet speak. Interesting. The 17-year-old teen from Massachusetts gets 11 months in jail for hacking Paris Hilton's cell phone. Now, this is the guy that back in the day released the, Paris Hilton, of course, because, she's a very conservative and very low-key person.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise, she had nude photos of herself and friends on her cell phone. I would never have guessed.
Yeah.
In a million years. But he hacked in using via Bluetooth, I think. Pulled off some images and then pulled off
No,
her...
he didn't use Bluetooth. I think he got into the T-Mobile servers.
Oh, yeah,
That's
right. But anyway, what he got to do was he pulled off her phone list, and it had a bunch of Marky Mark and a bunch of other frickin' people.
And they all got called. And
Yeah,
they
because
had
all
to
their phone
change
numbers were out there, and they all had to change their numbers and all
But
that
he got
stuff.
11 months in jail.
Dude, hacked their cell phone.
Did you read about what he had? They wouldn't release his name or say where he was from or anything because he's a teen.
Massachusetts.
But well, I guess they did say he's from Massachusetts, but no town. But they they did say.
Yeah, sorry, no town.
they did say that this kid has done a bunch of things. He actually threatened, did a bomb threat on his high school a few months earlier. He's just really a bad apple. Done a bunch of different.
They call those ass bags.
Yeah, so he got 11 months. But I'm not a big fan of the old Paris Hilton.
Oh,
Do you
God,
think she's hot?
No, I do not get her whatsoever.
No, I'm being serious.
I
though.
agree. I do not get her whatsoever. I mean, sure, she's good at sex, obviously, because she's been on that tape and she knows what to do. But at the end of the day,
Yeah, she's really not that.
no.
Yeah.
She's the guest model. I went in to buy some Guess jeans. I looked up and I was like, get an attractive model.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please.
It's really weird. I have a lot of people
How do you
that.
feel about Uma Thurman?
Kind of.
God, I just don't get her either.
Really?
Yeah. She's not attractive.
I hear ya. But in Kill Bill, she was. There was
Well-
okay. There's something weird about her.
Yeah, it's called
you know
ugly.
No.
I don't know if you're aware of this phrase, but it's called ugly.
No, do you know what I'm talking about though? Every once in a while there'll be a chick and you'll see her and you'll be like, weird, but kind of hot in a weird way.
Example.
Uma Thurman.
Besides Uma Thurman.
I don't know.
Maybe Mila Jovovich. She's a
No,
little
Mila
weird.
Jovovich is just straight up hot. I'm sorry.
I just brought that up to spite you.
Yes, well, she is beautiful.
I know she has a small
Yeah.
place in your heart.
Yes.
No, I do not get Paris Hilton.
I don't either. Ever since day one, I was just like,
Yeah.
not into her.
Plus, I kind of feel like, why is she famous again?
Yeah, I know. Oh, dude.
Her father has lots of money and she sleeps with people on tapes. That's great.
Best South Park episode ever.
Oh, the
Pineapple up the.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that was
Jesus
funny.
Christ.
That was funny.
Oh my God, dude! When it was what was it? The little girl's whore video set or whatever that you could get, the Paris Hilton hooker video set.
If you haven't seen that episode of South Park,
With Paris Hilton?
Rent it or BitTorrent it or something.
Oh, good Lord! Speaking of which, a bunch of TV BitTorrents back up. Anyway,
Yeah, so
long
nice.
story. Next.
All right.
Well, that was good. So he got in jail, and that kind of sucks for him, but good for us.
Yes.
For some reason. Moving on.
All right, next story. First Google site. 2,157 people dug the story submitted by Ass Hanks. Is it as? I don't know.
I don't think it's Ass Hanks.
It's A.S. Hanks.
As Hank.
As Hanks. Ass Hanks.
Autumn Shanks.
He says, check it out. Looks pretty twisted. I've seen the old style Google logo, but this looks even worse. The site also looks weird too.
Boy, that Ass Hanks is real eloquent.
No, I'll tell you what though. This is actually, if you take a
I'd
look
like
at
to
it,
call it jank.
look at the Google logo. I mean,
First
seriously.
off, are we still, what is that, 8-bit?
Yeah, it's pretty
Or not
bad.
8-bit, 8 color.
If you think if you think you've seen the original Google logo, you haven't.
haven't.
They've hidden this one. Go
Yeah.
to the site and check it out. And also, it's kind of neat because they start to give credits here. You see Sergey and Larry Page. They talk about who's currently developing it. This is like a screenshot from when they were developing it at Stanford, and they actually have research papers that you can click through to that talks about their PageRank technologies, kind of like a little white paper. Oh my gosh, look at that! They removed it from the archive.
Oh, maybe.
Dude, I just pulled this up like yesterday. Oh, there it is.
Oh my god!
I thought they were trying to like, but anyway, it's kind of interesting. You can see the basic idea behind how the PageRank technology works and how sites increase and decrease in popularity on Google. Dude, it's cool.
Oh, I'm sorry, I fell asleep there.
Dude, this is cool. Check it out if you're into how like the behind the scenes of how Google works. And also, they show all the hardware. You can see all the original Google equipment.
Those are really cool. They're like pictures of the like IBM servers that they were using.
Yeah, look at this. Well, here's the pictures and stats right here. Those are old. Intel donated all this equipment, but here's an old IBM box, and it's funny. They're all. It has 8-9 gigabyte internal drives. Like these are Google servers.
Dude.
Look at all the
512 megs of RAM, which back in the day that was actually a crap load of RAM.
That was a lot, but then they showed the entire table.
I love the Pentium 2s and stuff like that.
That was Google. Can you believe that? Isn't that crazy? That's the table. There's a table with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 computers.
And a Lego box.
A Lego box and like 20 visible hard drives, and that was Google.
Yep. 16 cans of Tab.
That's pretty cool.
Tab
Tab was big back then.
Tab was big back then before Google was Google, and it was just some shitty site. You should go check it out. That's really good times. Yeah. All right, next story. It's official. Apple is planning a video store. 1,485 people dug this story submitted by Super Chaz. Looks like the new iTunes 5 includes some hidden gems. Note the gift video, buy video, and add video buttons buried deep within the newest version. So basically what happens is, and this happens every time there's a release of something from iTunes, they always go in and they're like, look what we found. These icons that they weren't supposed to find.
Right.
And I mean, it seems really cool. Not something we weren't expecting.
Right.
I mean, we've been talking about this for a while. But it's nice to know that it's buried in.
I love how people like reverse engineer this stuff. There's these little resource files that basically contain all of these different images that they're actually pulled out of, and when you launch the application, they're put on displayed on the screen.
Right.
And so they found the buy video. We knew music videos were coming, but when you see the buy video, I don't know. I mean, obviously.
Well, I mean, I'm starting to think the same thing you're thinking, which is are we talking about? Basically, are we going to be able to charge? Are people going to start charging for video podcasts?
That will be interesting. Like,
you know what I mean?
like vidcasts, like System and our video version of Diggnation.
Right.
I mean, that might be the way it goes, and they might actually offer the ability to have independent podcasters charge for their audio version.
Well, they've already set up now that you can sign up as an independent artist to sell your music on the iTunes Music Store.
Right, but we don't know if that applies to podcasters. The only reason
podcast is hard because it comes from an RSS feed, but it should if you just say it's not a podcast, because as soon as you lose the name podcast kind of refers to the automated function of being able to automatically update it as soon as you want through the RSS feed.
Right.
So if you take that, but at the end of the day, if you just deliver an MP3 for wherever it is, whether it's a new CD that you've released or it's this week's episode of Diggnation on audio, you should be able to do it at the same time, but just say it's, an audio book or whatever. I don't know, whatever you call it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they plan on doing that. That will be cool, though. I'm waiting for the video player, though. This gets me really excited more than anything because it leads me to believe that they're going to have some type of, Do you
remember that Arcos G-Mini thing?
Yeah.
That we showed on TSS?
A little bulky.
Yeah, but freaking awesome.
Cool, expensive,
They wouldn't let me
though.
keep it.
Yeah. It ran Linux, though. It was cool.
Yeah.
You do all your email.
Yeah.
Had a little terminal action going on. Wi-Fi built in.
What are you talking about?
What?
The G-Mini 400?
No, I wasn't talking about the G-Mini 400.
I was like, oh, good times. Yeah, what the No, none of those features.
I was talking about the Arcos, but it wasn't the G-Mini. It was the bigger one. The big Arcos that had a Wi-Fi
that was the
and
small,
stuff. Yeah. The video player. Yeah. The G-Mini was pretty cool, though. Never took off.
Anyway.
All right. Next story. Intel's manufacturing costs $40. 616 people dug the story submitted by iAskGT.
What's with you and the asses this week?
No, not asked.
Oh, I think you're like, I asked GT.
This is just a little story on how we can pay $1,100 or more for what? And he's got a good point. If you go into the actual article, it's from news.com, it's interesting. They say the Pentium 4s can sell up to $637 per chip, and they're talking about it costs. But Intel's actual cost for manufacturing the chip only comes to about $40, and that's according to a report from analyst Instat.
What?
Yeah. So what they're saying is, I mean, take away the cost of research. Not the packaging, the expenses that are related to design, marketing, all that stuff. Take that all out of the equation, and just the raw costs of fabbing a chip, kicking it out the door, $40 a processor.
Well, yeah, but you took out all the, it's like
all the expensive
you
stuff.
took out all the
yes.
expensive crap.
You're right.
What you included was sand,
but
compressed sand.
You're right.
And
But
a machine that pokes it.
it's a machine that pokes.
That's it.
That's it. In Alex Albrecht's mind, is that how processors are
Yes.
made? There's like compressed sand and a
bag
poking
of
machine.
sand, a bag of sand gets put into a machine, and something pokes it, and then a processor
pops out.
And depending upon how hard it pokes, it's the speed of the processor. We'll put that in a 2.4 gigahertz poke.
What are you talking about?
All right, I know it's a little more in depth.
Oh man, it's hot in here.
Dude,
Get
we
some
left the
air
doors
conditioning in
open,
your
but Keith is
house.
busy making a
What is
paper
Keith
crane.
making?
You know that we're.
Hold on. For the video version of this,
Keith, just bring it in here. Just
Hand
bring
it
it
to
in.
me.
No, now. It doesn't even matter.
I gotta
Okay.
blow in its ass.
No, don't blow in its ass, Keith.
It pops it up. It pops it up. Okay, hold on.
What the
For the people that are listening to the podcast,
This is how entertaining we are.
Keith is supposed to be watching the camera, making sure there's no hot pops in the audio.
Yep.
You know,
Making sure the room doesn't get too hot.
He's
making Jedi frogs.
made a frog out of a piece of paper.
Well, first off, props to you, Keith. What the fuck is that?
It's not bad though.
Have you ever been to Japan, or are you just crazy? Dude, this is like we should have had him make the X-wing. For last week, we should have just put him up here. All right, that's
You
great.
should make
I'm
the
like the
X-wing.
guy in Blade Runner, just take shit and.
Orlando Jones? No, Armando Sante? No.
I know. The guy.
Can't say anything. No, the guy from John Leguizamo, John Stamos.
Same.
No, not John
What are you
Stamos.
guys talking about?
From Full House? He wasn't in Blade Runner?
All right, moving
Edward
on.
James Olmos. Edward James Olmos.
There you go.
Whatever.
Oh,
what are we
man.
talking about?
Last story.
So anyway, yes. So $40. That's interesting. Thanks for bringing that up. Dude, see, you know what I did?
Well, it makes you think though, like, what the hell am I paying for? If
Dude,
it's-
that poking machine is expensive.
I know, but it's a good article. You should definitely check it out. Get back to us.
I love when we try to get all journalistic. Like, but seriously, hard times for those who were affected. Anyway, so my story is about a tongue-eating bug.
You're right. Go ahead, rig it.
Well, we figured we could. It's just
We
interesting.
need one, yeah.
Tongue-eating bug found in fish. 1,941 people. That's a good year. Doug, the story is submitted by Viomon. A gross creature which gobbles up a fish's tongue, then replaces it with its own body, has been found in Britain for the first time.
The pictures here are really strange.
Yes. It says the bug, which has a scientific name Cymothea exguana, I don't know if I said that right, was discovered inside the mouth of a red snapper bought from a London fishmonger. So this is the worst part. Somebody bought it to take it home and eat it, and it had a freaking 3.5 centimeter creature had grabbed onto the fish's tongue and slowly ate it away until there was only a stub left.
The picture is really weird too, because you can see the guy's just, the little creature thing is just hanging out. You can see his little eyes
Look
there.
how nasty that thing is though once it's all washed off and out of the fish's mouth.
Doesn't he have eyes though? Isn't those little eyes right there for the guy?
Yeah, he's not a little guy. He ate that poor fish's tongue and is now impostering it.
So what happens now? Every time the fish eats,
Every time the fish eats,
He gets a little snack.
he gets all the snack.
that works.
But then, but that's disgusting.
no, I agree.
So scientists are very excited in the field by the find. Jim Brock of Holtman Museum in South London told Metro newspaper, that's a highly respected newspaper, I have not seen this species in all of my 13 years at the museum, so it's a remarkable find.
It's interesting.
The bugs are usually found off the coast of California. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know why I did that noise. So it's possible the fish was imported to the UK. Freaked out? But don't be freaked out. Scientists say the creature doesn't pose a threat to any humans, only attaching itself to fish tongues.
Yeah, pretty nasty.
Pretty nasty. How great would that? No, great. That'd be horrible. But if you woke up in the morning and like your tongue hurt, and then you looked in the mirror and there was just like this grub.
Yeah, not a big fan. Have you?
I don't know anybody that would be.
Do you buy fish with their heads on, like when you buy them at the market?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
And then you cut them off yourself?
No, sometimes you don't. You can actually. There are a couple different ways that you can cook them whole, which are actually pretty cool. You can make like a salt.
Do you like batter them or?
No, not usually. If you're gonna batter them, usually just batter the fillet and fry it up. But you can do this like salt casing, and then you bake it. And
like a salt rub, kind of?
No, it's like literally an encase. Like it's you pile it with salt, with this salt stuff, and then you bake it, and then the salt actually forms a crust over top, which keeps the heat in. And then you can crack it when it gets out.
Why not take the head off though?
Decoration. What? It's true.
Decoration.
The head is purely garnish.
Fair enough. I buy fillets. I stick to the salmon fillets.
Good. Salmon fillets are good. I don't like salmon.
I had no idea fish had tongue.
Yeah, they have tongues. Little tongues.
Did you ever see the talking fish? Yeah, like those like carps and trout that are on the wall.
Little tiny ones.
Tongues.
All right, that's it.
Is that it?
I think so.
How are we doing on time? We doing good?
Yeah.
What,
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Great. Let's
We got
do
to
it.
talk about a couple things.
Okay, yes.
First,
The subscription
subscriptions.
thing?
Yes. If you are a fan of Diggnation,
Which we hope you are because you're listening to us or watching us.
or System, or The Broken, or any of the other little shows we're going to be launching soon.
Yep.
Head on over to our website, revision3.com, and on the right-hand side, there's a Donate Now button, and it's kind of like a membership type thing.
Well, now it's going to become a full-fledged membership
Right.
type thing.
So if you pay like I think it's like $1.25, $1.50 a week, something like that.
Sure,
it's like $5 a month.
something like that.
You get full access to everything. That means that some of the videos that we're going to start putting out, we're going to put out a few days early for the people that are helping us out.
Yeah.
And we're doing this to cover all our costs. I mean, I fly down here every week. You fly up to me.
Yep.
We have bandwidth costs. So
Servers.
it's just really helping us out more than anything. So check that out, revision3.com.
But it will be cool. I mean, basically, we're going to try to set it up so that when because people really responded when we released both the video and the audio at the same day.
Right.
So, but we don't know, I mean, physically, that poor Keith is just like, please,
It's a lot of work.
make me do that. But we figured if we were able to do it in a way that would sort of benefit the people who are supporting us,
Right.
you know what I mean? Even though you're all supporting us just by watching.
Yes.
At the end of the day,
We could give it out a
money
couple days
or a little
early.
bit. Yeah, we could put it out on Saturday, and then all the people who aren't paying get to see it
Yeah.
on Tuesday for free as well. We want to
Well,
make sure we keep it free.
Yeah, I was gonna say the whole thing behind this is that we don't ever want to charge for content.
Yeah.
We never want to charge for content. We don't ever want to do any type of DRM type stuff. But
Oh,
the
God, no.
easiest way to do this is just like, Keith's gonna really bust his butt to
Yep.
edit this stuff and
Yep.
get it out early. And then if you don't have the money to pay for it, no big deal. You just get it a couple days later.
Wait till Tuesday.
But right now we're still putting out everything at the same time. Don't worry about it. We're gonna put the podcasts out. Those will always be
Yep.
out at the same time. Always be free. Everything's gonna remain free, so that there's no worries there.
Yeah,
But
good times. Is that it? Do we have anything else? What's
That's
going
it.
on? We're going to be up in San Fran next week.
yes.
Anything exciting? Nope.
Next week.
Okay.
Yeah. Not really anything exciting, but there'll be good dig stories to talk about.
All right, cool.
All the dig stories you can find at dig.com, digg.com, or we've bookmarked all of them in our own little profile at dig.com/users/diggnation. Stuff that I've been digging throughout the week, dig.com/users/Kevin Rose.
And of course, all the stuff that I've been digging throughout the week, dig.com/users/Alex Albrecht. And of course, if you want to go to diggnation.com, you can also see, because of that cool new JavaScript thing
Yes.
that Ron, I'm very excited that Ron was able
You're
to do that.
so
and,
stoked. It's been like 4
dude,
weeks now. You're like, I love it.
I love it. Well, because it happened like that. We were at dinner and the guy was like, hey, what if you did that? And the next morning he was like, yeah, it's up.
Well, it's easy to do that.
I know, but that doesn't make it any less cool
That's
that Ron
true.
did it.
Fair enough. Got a point.
All right.
All right.
That's it for this edition of Diggnation. I'm Alex Albrecht.
I'm Kevin Rose. Until next time.
We have a show.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, fish heads, eat them up, yum. Fish